Hey y'all, I'm Craig with the Big Comes on YouTube and Small Town Reshop on Facebook and the Gram and everywhere else, y'all. Come on in. I saw this recipe the other day. It made me want to try it. I wished I had some fresh tomatoes. Get you some community coffee, y'all, because it is good. All right, super simple, y'all. I got this pan heating up here. I'm gonna heat it up kind of slow. I've got some bacon in the oven. I actually got me a couple pieces of sausage too because I wanted some eggs and I wanted some bacon, and I kind of wanted to do a twist on my BLT when I saw this. So all I've got is just some tomatoes that I've washed already from just from the grocery store, and we're gonna slice them into about 3/8 inch pieces is what we're gonna do. I think I can get 3 out of this one, maybe something like that. And we're gonna cut the center out. Now, they were using a bigger tomato. I don't have a bigger tomato, but I better put my glasses on before myself. I don't want to do that. And what they did was they took a jar. The tomatoes were big. They took a jar. They took the rim of the jar, put it on the tomato, and they kind of pushed it in, and it cut the center out. I don't have that, so I'm just gonna take my knife, and we're gonna cut that little wagon wheel out of the center of each little piece. It ain't gotta be perfect. We just trying to make a ring, like an onion ring. And I'm definitely gonna eat them centers. So just kind of run your knife through. Make sure you got a pretty decently sharp knife. Move everything. Just keep your center. Turn that down a little bit. Now, the easy part and what I like. Take your jar. Take a couple of eggs. Just gonna take a couple eggs. Now, if you like to make your scrambled eggs, I'm just gonna put them in the jar, y'all. If y'all can see what I'm doing there. If you like your scrambled eggs with like a little milk or a little water, just make them just like you normally would. It's not gonna take a whole lot for this, so don't use a whole lot. I'll take some of my frozen seasoning blend, which is my onions, peppers, and stuff like that, and we're gonna put that in there a little bit, just a little bit. Just dump you some in there, probably about a tablespoon, maybe of that. Give or take. Give it a little bit of color. I got a big clump right there. Oop. I think that's enough. And we're gonna put a little bit of seasoning. So whatever kind of seasoning you like. This is just some Cajun seasoning. I'm just gonna put a little Cajun seasoning in there. And we're gonna put the lid on it. And we're gonna shake it up. So that's gonna make your little scrambled eggs in the jar. Everything's already done. You'll have to wash your jar. Take the lid off. Now we're gonna take these, I'm gonna spray a little bit of Pam. You can use butter or whatever you want. It's probably gonna smoke a little bit. And we're gonna lay our rings in. Lay them in the pan. Like so, make sure they're flat. And pour your eggs in each one. Don't overflow them. Well, that one kind of did. A good little, I'm gonna put it together kind of like a BLT. Except I have my eggs, so it's kind of like gonna be like an egg sandwich, a BLT egg sandwich. But I'm gonna eat it on my low carb taco shells, and we're gonna make a meal out of it. Now, as they start to cook, I'm gonna put a little cheese on top. So we're just gonna put some cheese right on top. And we're gonna get that melted. So whatever kind of cheese you like, just take some cheese, put on top of each one, like so. Some good mozzarella. I've actually got some of this is just a taco blend, but I've got a couple pieces of cheese right here. I got one of these what you call them? I'm gonna move that off that heat real quick. The Babel that I'm gonna try to stick on there in some pieces. Let that Babel melt. I'm just gonna break it up in some pieces and let it melt on there. I guess this kind of acts like a fresh mozzarella a little bit. I've had it sitting out so it's kind of soft. Move back on the heat, and I'm just going to take a piece of that Babel and put it right there in the middle. Now we're going to take a lid And we're just gonna let that melt real quick. I'm gonna turn this down. I just need that just to kind of melt that cheese, hold that heat in there and melt that cheese real quick. All right, we got each piece kind of, you know, the cheese just starting to melt. Now we're just gonna flip them over. And we're gonna let that cheese just kind of brown up just a little bit before we start pulling them all out. I'm gonna go ahead and get my low carb tortilla shells. I'm just gonna kind of stick that on the plate. Now I just build mine, just like anything I like on my my egg sandwich is what I'm gonna put on here. So I'm gonna put a little bit of mayo, and we've got our cheese, we've got everything else. I'll probably put, I'm gonna put a few little green onions just kind of in here on top. I had some little fresh green onions that we had got out of our flower pots. Just stick them kind of round, you know, on top there. And I'm gonna go ahead and move these off the heat, and we're gonna start building up on top of that taco shell. I love to do my taco shells like this because it just takes the place of my bread. Let me get my mayonnaise. I gotta get my mayonnaise. All right, so we're gonna build this one, like I said, but it's gonna be like a quesadilla. So we got our little lettuce, iceberg lettuce. We got mayonnaise on each side. And now we're gonna be we're just gonna put the tomatoes and egg, just layer them around, kind of like a pizza, all around. Cause think about how you build a quesadilla would be built. And just layer, you know, all the way around, out edge to edge if you can get it to go. All right, I opted to pour that last little bit of egg in the pan before I started cleaning everything up. And we're just gonna let it, I got some cheese on top. So it's just gonna be just that last little bit of egg that was in the jar. So we're just gonna put him right on top. Just a thin piece is all it is. I just didn't want to waste the egg. My bacon's ready. I'm gonna use this. So just take your spatula. They are crispy. Get them crispy pieces. Lay your bacon on top. Turn that off. Let some of that grease drain out a little bit. All right. So we kind of got everything. I just have to put the top on it. Now we got the bacon on. So we got the tomatoes with the egg mixture in them. A bed of lettuce on bottom. We got our mayo. I've got that other tomato cut up into pieces that I'm gonna probably set, you know, beside it. You can, by all means, you can do this in the in your skillet that you cooked your eggs in. Just take and cut it. Don't cut yourself. Now once you have everything cut, we can just take and we can put one on our plate. Just like so. I will be eating this with a fork. I'm gonna take a little bit of my tomatoes, the pieces that I cut out of the center, kind of lay around the side. I'm gonna put some salt and pepper on them. And now we've got a little meal. So now we've got a little BLT tomato quesadilla. So I hope y'all enjoy that. I hope y'all give this one a try. Let's give it a bite. Let's give it a bite and let's see what it tastes like. If we can get it to pick up without falling apart, which I don't think I'm gonna be able to.
Yeah, let me get y'all a treat.
Really good. It's really, really good. I hope y'all give it a try. I'll probably put a little more salt and pepper on it, but it's actually very, very good. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm Craig with the Bickums on YouTube, Small Town Reshop on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere else. So I hope y'all, if you get any value out of this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you share the video with somebody. Invite them to subscribe to our With the Bickums page, and we appreciate it. We'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.